Hi, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel and Facebook page, English with Ali Hassan. In this video, we are going to discuss simple past tense. First, we have to go through the syntax stage of simple past tense, where we will be studying some particular structures of simple past tense. The positive sentence for simple past tense appears as subject in the beginning of the sentence, followed by second form of verb, which is grammatically called past form, and there is an adjunct, which is the optional part of the sentence. At the end, there should be a punctuation mark, the full stop. To make the sentence negative, we use the negative adverb along with did, which is the second form of do auxiliary. Do or does. These two auxiliaries are used in simple present tense according to the subject. But in simple past tense, whether the subject is singular or plural, we always use the auxiliary did. And once did is used, we always use base form of verb, which is grammatically called root form of verb, the first form of verb. And the rest of the sentence should be in its own place. To make the sentence interrogative, we take the auxiliary and we use it in the beginning of the sentence. And at the end, we use a question point. In American English, Americans always use contractions. So we'll go with the negative contraction form of did, not as didn't, in the beginning of the sentence before the subject. And the rest of sentence will be its own position. As far as British English is concerned, Britishers always prefer using the full forms, so the negative adverb not will be after the subject. Let's have some examples. I played cricket yesterday. I did not play cricket yesterday. Did I play cricket yesterday? Didn't I play cricket yesterday? Did I not play cricket yesterday? This part of the structure that we have discussed so far, it is for the actions. Now we are going to talk about structures for state. In the beginning, there is the subject, followed by the auxiliaries as was or were. The auxiliary was is used for first person singular and third person singular. The word were is used with plural subjects, and at the end we use the word complement. Keep in mind, complement is a compulsory unit of the sentence. We must use one of the complements in the sentence. Without it, a sentence will lose its meaning. Adjunct is the optional part, whereas complement is the compulsory part of the sentence. In order to make the sentence negative, the negative adverb will be added with the auxiliaries was or were, and the rest sentence will be its own place. To make the question form, we will take the auxiliaries into the beginning, and at the end there should be a question point. The American English, we use the negative contractions as wasn't and weren't, as we discussed in the structures above. And Britishers, they follow this particular structure. They use the full forms. The negative adverb should be after the subject. Let's have some examples now according to the structures. Hamza was sick yesterday. Hamza was not sick yesterday. Was Hamza sick yesterday? Wasn't Hamza sick yesterday? Was Hamza not sick yesterday? I hope it makes sense. Now we are going to talk about the explanation stage of simple past tense, where we will be discussing where and when simple past tense is used. The first usage comes as simple past tense is used to express an action or state which started and ended at a particular time in the past. When you know the exact time of an activity or state that took place in the past, we use simple past tense to talk about those actions. For example, I watched a movie last night. Watching a movie in the past at a particular time, which is the last time, it signifies that this activity took place in the past at this particular time. So we will use simple past tense for this kind of activity. Another example is he invited all his friends last weekend. Till the present day, before the present time, the entire time of someone's life is the part of past. So in the entire past, last weekend was an exact time. So at that particular time, there was an activity which was inviting all his friends. So this activity took place last weekend. We express this kind of activities using simple past tense. We can have further examples like, I took 2 classes in the morning at 8 o'clock today. So right at 8 o'clock in the morning today, I took 2 classes. Taking 2 classes started at a particular time early in the morning at 8 o'clock. So for such activities, we use simple past tense. I hope it's clear. Now we are going to go through second usage of simple past tense. It is sometimes used to express two actions that took place in the past at a specific time, one before another. These actions or clauses are combined with subordinating conjunction when. The action and when clause happens first. Keep in mind, when you come across a situation in the past with two actions, a clause of the sentence with when indicates the first action in the sentence. Examples are given here. We ate lunch when my father arrived. It is a complex sentence structure, by the way, which is the composition of two different types of clauses. One is dependent, another is independent. This is the main clause, and this is the subordinate clause, which begins with one of the subordinate conjunctions, when. In this situation, you must know that a clause which begins with when, this is considered to be the first action. First, my father arrived, then we ate lunch together. Another example we can have is, when I saw the crime, I called the police. So there is an activity that's seeing the crime in the past. This is the first action, and this is what was done subsequently. Make sure to keep two positions of subordinating clause in mind. You can use it after the main clause, but there should be no comma. If you happen to use your subordinate clause before the main clause, you should be using the comma here, and at the end there should be full stop. Moving on with the third usage of simple past tense. It is sometimes used to talk about a past habit, action, or state that no longer exists in the present time. In this case, we use the expression used to followed by base form of verb. Examples are given here. My brother used to smoke. It means he was habitual to doing this particular activity in the past, but in the present, he is not smoking any longer. Another example is, Lisa used to drive very fast. It means she does not drive very fast now. I did not used to watch horror movies in the past. Did she used to live in London? These two, the last two, are the negative and interrogative structures, by the way. And we are done with simple past tense. If you people come across any question, any difficulty that you struggle with simple past tense, you can drop me a message in the comment section. We can discuss and I will try to answer your questions. Thank you so much. Keep watching, keep learning, and keep sharing.